I'm a 33-year-old man, and I've got a situation that's been weighing on my mind lately. For over a decade, I didn't speak to my father at all. Not a single word. This silence between us started when I was 20 years old, but the truth is, things had been rocky for a long time before that. I'd already moved out of the house when I was 17, trying to get some distance between us. Even before I cut him off completely, I had been talking to him less and less. It wasn't an easy decision, but I felt I had to do it because of how he behaved when my mom was very sick and dying, and then after she passed away. Let me give you some examples of the awful things he did. While my mom was still alive and fighting her illness, he actually tried to sleep with my mom's sister. Can you believe that? And it gets worse. He would yell at my mom for being so sick, as if she could help it. Then, just days after mom died, he burned a bunch of our family pictures. It was like he was trying to erase her memory. Oh, and he sold my mom's painting stand too. That might not sound like a big deal, but it was really special to me and my aunts and uncles. I was only 13 when all this was happening, and it was really hard to deal with. Things didn't get better when my dad got remarried. When he moved his new wife into our house, he treated my mom's belongings like they were worthless. He broke so many of her things while he was moving them out to make room for his new wife's stuff. Luckily, my aunts and uncles stepped in and took what was left of mom's things. They kept everything safe for years. When I turned 20, we all got together and went through these things. It was a bittersweet experience, looking at all these reminders of my mom. After that, I didn't have any contact with my dad at all. Not a phone call, not a letter, nothing. This silence lasted until he died almost a year ago. I didn't even break my silence when I found out he had given me a large sum of money and put my name on the papers for a family vacation house that he and my mom used to own together. This was actually most of what he owned. He never told his new wife about this, which caused problems later. It's worth mentioning that he didn't even own the house they were living in. It belonged to his friend. I'm still not sure how that arrangement worked, but I know he never paid for it during the 3 years I lived there. After he passed away, I received a letter from him. In this letter, he explained that he had given me all of this stuff as a way to try and make up a little bit for the mistakes he had made. It felt like too little, too late, to be honest. Because he gave me so much, there was almost nothing left for his wife and their other children. They only got what was in the bank accounts they shared, and no houses or land. Everything else was legally mine. His wife wasn't happy about this, as you can imagine. She tried to sue to get what she called a fair share of my father's things, but her case didn't go very far in court. This was because my father had given everything to me before he died, and it was all legally mine. I didn't go to the funeral or any other events after his death. So, I was really surprised when his wife managed to contact me. To this day, I still don't know how she or my father got my contact information. When she called, she told me I should be taking care of my family and that I should want better for the children she had with my father. She made it very clear that she expected me to want a relationship with them. I told her straight out that I didn't want that and I didn't consider her children as my family. I explained that her dead husband had stopped being my family a long time ago. She got really upset at this. She said it wasn't fair that I could be so cold to my own blood relatives. She accused me of treating them badly, saying they had been mistreated by their father and now by me too. She insisted that I owed them something. I stood my ground and told her that I didn't owe them anything at all. I ended up hanging up on her and blocking her number, but she wasn't done. She found me on social media and reached out there. She called me selfish and cruel and said I had no morals for not sharing the inheritance with them. So now I'm left wondering, am I wrong for not giving any of the money and things my late father gave me to his wife and other children? It's a tough situation, and I'm not sure if I'm doing the right thing or not.